What's up, guys? Heroes 13 here, back with another video, back with another superhero video. Man, we back. We back. It's been a minute, but you know what? Whatever. We ain't gonna dwell on that. We ain't gonna do all that. So, a couple things, really quick. Just bear with me. Guys, I stay in an apartment. We got new neighbors, so I'm trying not to talk really loud. So I'm kind of in the back, the back of the apartment. So if you hear an echo, it's me. All right. Well, not me. Well, yeah, it's me. But if you hear it, if the sound kind of differs out, I'm walking between the hallway and my room. I'm not in the living room anymore. But anyway, okay. So as you saw by the title, can the MCU Fantastic Four stop Sentry? What do I mean by this? Well, so we're basically taking the Fantastic Four and putting them in the place of the Thunderbolts, with a few exceptions. They won't have the real life backstory on Bob. Let's just make some wild scenario. They get a tip that something bad's happening. They show up. Valentina's there. They try to arrest her. Then Sentry pops up. Well, okay, no, because that's basically pretty much a head-on fight. And man, the Fantastic Four, they can't beat Sentry. They can't do that. All right, change of plans. I'm sorry, change of plans. Let's take the Fantastic Four and put them in the position of the Thunderbolts from the movie, like exactly the movie. So they start in the lab with Sentry. They have to escape, yada, yada, yada. I guess Sue's the only girl, so she's the one who, Sue and John Walker, Sentry touched both of them. But two of them. So let's say Ben Grimm and Sue Storm. Ben touches them, gets inside their mind and all that, yada yada. Okay, then we get to the part. Then we get to the point where they at the tower and all that. He's already sacrificed. Well, he's already tried to help them get away from the army, yada 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 yada. Even though the Fantastic Four kind of low key wouldn't need that. But anyway. Can they stop him? Well, that's an interesting thing because the Thunder, Sentry would struggle noticeably a little more with the fan. Oh, and I have a cold, by the way, so if you hear sniffling or coughing, please forgive me. But Sentry would struggle noticeably more with the Fantastic Four than he did the Thunderbolts, in my opinion, because the Thunderbolts are not just a bunch of super powered. Just a bunch of street level people, with the exception of maybe Ghost, because she actually has powers. And actually, that's a pretty interesting fact. Sentry was able to catch Ghost in her phase form, and when she phases, she goes invisible. So Sue's invisibility isn't gonna work here. Now Sue has some strong telekinetic like powers, as we saw her actually take the Silver Surfer, a being who can survive being in a black hole and all that, and in magma, and just tossed her around casually. Though she wasn't really able to do much against her. I mean, the Silver Surfer got up, relatively quickly. So I do think her shields will work on Sentry, yes. I don't think Sentry is, even though he is basically featless, I don't think Sentry is as durable as Galactus is. Like I said, even though Galactus is basically featless, I would put Sentry right around MCU Silver Surfer level. So she can't, just from the stuff we've heard about him. How he's supposed to be, he's stronger than, he's equal to. Sorry, doctors news and all that. Just your boy can't catch a break, yeah. But anyway, yeah, he's equal to or stronger than Vision, Captain Marvel, and Thor put together. So just an unbelievable beast. Listen, the Fantastic Four in no way, shape, or form can fight all three of those characters. Heck, I'd go so far as to say they couldn't fight any one of those characters, including Vision. Yes, Vision is very powerful. Shut up, don't want to hear it. But anyway, yeah. If the Fantastic Four know about, Sentry has super durability. He's invulnerable. He's invulnerable. He has super speed. We saw him catch bullets easily. He dodged bullets and caught them with his telekinesis. He has telekinesis. He has energy manipulation. Even though Sentry, The one saving grace for the Fantastic Four is they don't really know, like, Sentry's still coming into his powers, but he has telepathy. There's his whole thing with the Void, but for those of us who know the comics, we know Void and Sentry are one in the same. He should be faster than light, being, greater than Captain Marvel, but, and again, we don't know much about Sentry. He's pretty new and he fought street levels, but, he has great strength. We saw him, bend John Walker's shield. We don't know what the shield's made of, but it moves just like Captain America's. It's pretty durable, taking high cal machine guns, so we can easily say he's stronger than Thing. Their one hope again, like in the tower fight, Sentry would absolutely dominate those guys. Sentry wouldn't have as much. I mean, he would have to put a little more effort in than he did with the Thunderbolts, but he would dominate them. Now, let's say Valentina betrays him again. Sentry goes Void. This is ironically probably the Fantastic Four's only choice, because with the Void going into his and I don't think Reed's like mind and smarts is gonna help him here. Like, it would help him, but like he can't like make something about Sentry just instantly like that. But Sentry Sentry goes in the Void and he does that dark shadow thing all over New York. He sucks up the Fantastic Four. This is when they really get to shine, because I do think the Fantastic Four can help Bob himself. Okay, I think they can help him with all that. They can go into his mind. They can actually, and with their powers, they'd actually have an easier time helping him battle the Void. So if it plays just like Thunderbolts, then yes, they can stop him. But can the Fantastic Four just straight up, do they beat him in the tower? Absolutely not. Even with Sue, who's likely going to be the heavy hitter in this one, there's no. I mean, and in fact, and you might say, well, Reed got his stretching ability. There's no way Sentry can deal with that. But I don't know. We saw that. Well, that okay. That was the first Fantastic Four movie where Doctor Doom hit Reed with heat, and because he was rubber and he got heated up. I mean, it's possible Sentry that could play out for Sentry as well, but I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, he actually can heat up Thing and like set Thing on fire, because he was able to heat up Bucky's vibranium armor. So yeah, I mean, Sentry's just too stacked. They're gonna have to have Sentry help them like beat Sentry, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't know what they can do, because like, remember, Sentry he called Ghost out of her phase form. Out of her phasing form, where she goes invisible and becomes intangible. He caught somebody going intangible. So they can't really sneak up on him. It's just, dude's just way too OP. I'm Hero3 and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you back with more.